The forgotten duos. We all remember the iconic partnerships that defined eras. Xavi and Iniesta's midfield masterclass, the MSN era at Barcelona, or the sheer power of Rooney and Ronaldo at United. But football history has a secret vault. A vault filled with world-class duos that the world seems to have forgotten. Players who were absolute magic together for just one season. Or at a club you'd never expect, before the world moved on. Today, we are reuniting the forgotten duos that once broke the game. To understand where magic begins, we have to go back to Paris, long before the billions arrived. Imagine the two greatest entertainers in the history of the sport on the same training pitch, before Ronaldinho became a global icon and took over the world at Barcelona. He was an apprentice at PSG, and his mentor, the Nigerian legend, Jay-Jay Okocha. For a brief moment in time, Paris had two players who didn't just play football, they danced with it. Ronaldinho once said he watched everything Jay-Jay did just to learn. It was a master and an apprentice, creating a level of flair that we may never see again on one team. But magic isn't always about tricks. Sometimes, it's about pure, lethal destruction. Let's talk about the SAS. 4-1 incredible season at Liverpool. Luis Suarez and Daniel Sturridge weren't just playing football. They were playing a different sport entirely. They were telepathic. They didn't even need to look at each other to know exactly where the next pass was going. It was one of the most statistically dominant partnerships the Premier League has ever seen. But because it didn't end with a trophy, the world often lets it slip through the cracks of history. Then, there is the what-if duo. At Inter Milan, there was a brief window where the pitch was occupied by two physical giants who possessed the technique of street footballers. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Adriano. It felt like a video game cheat code. They had the power to bully any defender and the skill to embarrass any goalkeeper. If Adriano had stayed at his peak, this duo wouldn't just be a memory, they would have dominated European football for a decade. Football moves fast. New stars rise, and old legends are often overshadowed by the next big thing. But these partnerships prove that sometimes the most incredible magic happens when we aren't looking. They remind us that talent doesn't always need 10 years to leave a mark. Sometimes, one season is all it takes to become unforgettable. So, which forgotten duo did you love watching the most? Is there a partnership that deserved more time? Drop their names in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more untold football tales. I'll see you in the next one.